Welcome to Season 2 of Relatable Catholic. We're back with new conversations, familiar faces, and the same heart for making the Catholic faith approachable, honest, and lived out in everyday life. Whether you've been here since day one or you're just finding us, we're so glad you're here. Welcome back. Hello, and welcome back to Relatable Catholic. I just feel like we have to tell the truth that we just had more things to talk about. So, welcome back, Father Andy.
We never left.
And Deacon Stan.
We're time efficient. We're just making the most out of the time we have.
Yeah, we had some important things that I still wanted to get to. Yeah. And we were already at 50 minutes. So, we decided this is kind of like a part two. So... Yeah, this is a part two.
That's great.
So we're back. How is everybody?
Still great.
Still great.
Oh, good.
You?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm great. Yep. Still haven't cleaned out the closet, so.
But you are 10 minutes closer to your birthday.
Yes. Yeah, my birthday will be passed by the time this one comes out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be much happier.
You'll have that purging of tears.
Yes, I will be.
Right.
My tears will have all. I like to cry in the shower because then they just go right down the drain.
Oh.
That's what I always say.
Yeah, save on tissues. That's good. Yeah. So, purging of tears for the purging of years, the years behind you. How about that?
There you go. Yes, purging. I love that. I should make a T-shirt for just that day I can swear.
Or write a book or
purging
something.
of tears for the purging of years.
Yes.
Don't disturb.
No,
Enter
do not
at
disturb.
your own risk. I'll put a sign on the door. Yeah. Well, I want to talk about something that is topical because it's something that's happening in like the last couple weeks. That's a subject that we don't really talk about a lot, just because like people are very like passionate about their stance on life. And of course, as Catholics, we're very passionate about that life should be protected and the dignity of life, that everyone should be protected. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about, because it's a topic that like we usually don't talk a lot about, just because like you don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, you don't want to like offend anybody, which is like a good thing. Like you don't want to upset anybody, but I think also it is sometimes good to like talk about things, not in like a condescending or like a judgmental way, but just like this is why we believe what we believe, and and that's that. So if you hadn't heard, in the last couple of weeks there was a popular influencer who him and his wife were pregnant with their first child together, and at 21 weeks they did the genetic testing and found out that their son had the gene of Down syndrome. So then they publicly shared with their followers that they made the choice to terminate the pregnancy because that test showed that the child had Down syndrome. So it became this big, like, public debate. Now, we're recording this a little early, so I have been seeing some things that, like, this might be some sort of, like, publicity stunt as well, which I don't think is, like, also, like, I think it's a good thing, though, that we're talking about it, because I think a lot of people are, like, I've seen a lot of people who are outraged by this, because it is like, to me, it's like blatant, like a 21 weeks a child could survive. And so like, to me, it is like destroying a life that could have lived a happy, healthy life, made a lot of people happy. And I think it's bringing it to light that like, I think it's getting a lot of people to actually think about like a 21-week-old baby and what rights does that child have, and like what a blessing kids with disabilities actually are. yeah, so I want to talk about that just
Okay.
a little bit.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Tell me what the publicity, what's the
So,
publicity?
like, now people are saying that, like, I guess this guy has been known for, like, also making, like, fake stunts to, like, gain more followers.
Oh,
So, like, people are saying, like, well, maybe this is just, like, a fake stunt to,
he
like,
wasn't,
to make him super popular.
she wasn't even pregnant.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I don't know what I want to talk about.
So whether it is or not, okay. So let's just cut right through. Who cares if it's fake or real?
Yeah.
Because it's a real conversation in this world, right?
Yeah.
Selection, like you're doing this testing. Why are you doing this testing? Like people pray to conceive a child, and then they go test it to see if it's perfect. And then if it's not a boy and they want a boy, sometimes they select that and they have the abortion, right? Sometimes, so they're sitting here playing God, right? And so we talk about, are we Catholic? Are we Christian? Do we believe in life or not? It's kind of a yes or a no, right? We can get into the weeds about what it's like to have a Down syndrome child. I had a Down syndrome uncle. I know what it's like. I know what the benefits were. I knew also what the challenges were. So we can talk about all that. We can go everywhere we want. Your thoughts, Father?
I mean, first of all, like with me, like when I didn't look into this a ton, but this specific case, but there were some people that were saying, you know, we had the same like thing happen at 21 weeks, and we decided to have the baby, and the baby doesn't have. So the testing can be wrong.
The
It was
testing is wrong
perfectly
a
normal.
lot
I've
of
heard
the
these
time.
witness stories. I listen to a
Yeah.
lot of pro-life talk, and the children are perfectly normal.
And so like we believe like if we believe in the healing ministry, right? We've talked about that many times. So, you know, the first thing I would say is you pray that the baby is healthy, just like we pray that we're healthy, you know, in healing ministry, right? And if we're not made healthy, then, you know, or perfect as the world says, well, whatever is given to us that way from God must be for our good, for the good. You know, I it seems to me that people, you know, they don't think that Down syndrome babies have value, like they're not going to be productive in society, or they're not, you know, since they're not perfect as the world judges perfection, they don't have that same value that they deem important for society. But that's their own deal. That's their own issue. That's their own, like, we know that's not what it's about, that all life is valuable. It's created by God, and it's still going to be a blessing to us in some way that we probably don't even know. We just think like if our whole goal is to get to heaven, and our vocations are about learning to grow, you know, as in unconditional love and trust of God, then a Down syndrome baby, any baby can help us to do that. You know, like to help us to care for them well and love them unconditionally, that there's nothing that they can do in this life to make us love them. We just love them automatically. And that's the unconditional love that God has for us as sons and daughters, and we have for our children or nieces and nephews or uncles, in my case, great uncle Bobby. You know,
He lived, I think, 57 years old, and took care of my grandparents till they were 85 and 91, I believe. So he became their caretaker. Pretty incredible. And he was supposed to pass when he was in his mid-30s, if I remember the story right. That was before you would abort, right? Before abortion was legal, so that wouldn't have been an option. And there wasn't any testing.
Yeah.
And so
Right. And I think we do live in like, our healthcare system, like, encourages termination. Like, and when you, like, as, as a new parent, especially, like, you don't know what to expect. You like, really trust what the medical people are saying, and maybe you don't know that there are other options. Like, there are a lot of stories where those tests were wrong. And but also, like, if you've ever met anyone with Down syndrome, they are the happiest people. They bring so much joy to those who are around them, who, like, get to love them. And I think that's really what breaks my heart, is that, like, people have this this idea that people with disabilities are just, like, such a burden. It's a blessing.
Yeah, bring a lot of joy.
Yeah.
And not that they have to bring anything, but they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if they're a burden, so
Yeah.
like, life is a burden. Going to work tomorrow is a burden. Like, everything we do can bring a burden.
Yeah.
This is just a different challenge, a different burden. And it also is a pathway to holiness. Raising a family, a pathway to holiness. How do you accept it? Do you grumble about it, or do you say, this is what the Lord gave me, this is what I do today? Is how do you accept the challenge of whatever it is? You can see that as a cross, a Down syndrome child. You can see it as a blessing. But most of the people I know, they see their Down child as a blessing. And I was just having this flashback of, going in certain restaurants, and they'll have high-level Down syndrome children working, waiting tables, and just dishes, and I can just recall how kind people are to them. They're so kind to them, the way they talk to them. So a lot of times those situations bring out the best in people by the way they treat them with the respect. Like so I think of Down syndrome, like, those are the people that end up in the kingdom of heaven. They don't.
Yeah.
They can't sin. They
Yeah.
don't have the capacity to intentionally sin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how much the Lord loves them. How much the Lord loves them.
Yeah.
To take their life through abortion. This again, selective process. Who are we? I had a fellow tell me one time. He said, "Well, Stan, sometimes abortion is necessary because it's better than these kids growing up in the slums of Chicago or wherever, and having these terrible lives, and this is just a better way for them." You just made yourself God by saying this. You just made yourself God. You just decided what's better for them. I'll bet those kids in the slums still want to get out. They still want a chance. They still want a chance to achieve and do something great.
Yeah.
But you have to give them a chance to get born, get born,
Yeah.
to overcome the challenges of their youth, the slums, whatever their situations are. You still have to allow them to be born. That's the right to life, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, is it difficult as a parent? Sure. Can it be hard on your family? Sure, it can be. Not saying it isn't, but the joy it can bring, the unity it can bring in the family.
The empathy, the compassion that it can show everybody in your family. Yeah. I think it's good that people are kind of seeing that, like, oh, like, this is a normal thing. It's something that people don't like to talk about, but it is getting people thinking about it, I think. And so this was just one child, but the research shows that 70 to 80% of mothers who get that diagnosis in the womb will terminate their pregnancy. So I also think, like, it's an opportunity for us to think about, like, oh, like, yeah, like, if this is really something that I don't agree with, that, like, it's happening a lot, way more than people realize. I think it's a hard thing to talk about, but I think it's an important thing to talk about. It's one of those things that it's like, sometimes I think we do have to be brave in our faith, and brave in telling the truth, which sometimes is not the likable thing to do. So if we lose a couple listeners from this episode, like, I continue to pray that hearts will be changed, that people will see how important life is, no matter if you were diagnosed with a disability or not.
Yeah.
So
Jesus tells us there'll be persecution for stand up for our faith. So this is probably one of those moments, and
this is probably the spiciest episode we've ever made.
But it's okay, because this is the truth we need to talk about. We can't avoid these conversations. This is truly, there's almost 1 million babies aborted per year. We've taken out a whole generation of people. Look at the economic impact. We've taken out a whole generation of providers of resources in the future for other generations. Like, look at the trickle down. So listen, we're not just talking about Down syndrome. We're just talking about abortion in general, and the trickle down of the people that will never live, the whole family line that will never live on this earth because of one abortion, right?
Yeah.
So I just invite people to really think about, why are you doing what you do? Like, are we operating out of selfish motive? Are we operating out of fear? Right. So a lot of people have abortions out of pure desperation, and I would never condemn that or blame them, because I haven't walked that path. Right.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the path I have walked in this healing ministry over the last 5 years. I've walked a path of emotional, psychological healing with women who have had abortions, even a man or two that have been responsible for them, and the effects it had on him in the oppression that he's carried. So it might seem like the right thing to do today, but when you're 60 and 70 years old and you're looking back at your life and you're looking forward to entering the kingdom, and can I, with that stain on their conscience, that's a heavy load to carry. So, and I know there's a lot of pressure. There's pressure on mothers who have 4, 5, 6 kids. They get pressured to have abortions the next time they're pregnant, because a normal kid will still be a burden to their family. And so when I hear that saddens me, right? Like, go find another doctor. If you walk in for your first doctor appointment, once you find out you've conceived, and the doctor says, "Are you sure you want to have another kid? There is a way to take care of this," I'd be running for the door. You want the doctor who is excited that you're pregnant, that you're excited that you're going to have a child.
Do everything that they can.
Yes.
To.
Right.
Help bring that life.
And there are those doctors, right? Like, they're around. So find them.
Yeah.
And so we're going to promote life, and
and I think we have a beautiful, like, and I think it's like, well, what can I do? Like, I don't have the capacity to bring, like, children into my house. Like, what can I do? But I think places like Mary's Inn and Dubuque is like a beautiful place that
I've been there. And
brings people in. Like, brings these pregnant women in and helps them, manage, like, pregnancy and delivery, and like, get them set up for success. Like, and it's a need. So I think if we're looking for ways to support too, like, well, what can I do to help though? There are a lot of places that we can help.
It's not just, people level us against Catholics quite often as we just care about the birth. We don't care about the child afterwards. No, we do. We
Very
care about the
too.
mom.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. Mary's Inn is a really great.
Yeah, and I think they're everywhere. That's just the one that's closest to us. And actually, they just bought a bigger house because they had so much need for it that they were able to buy a bigger house to help more moms.
Yeah.
So.
At the mission that we just had, we call that a mission? Is that a mission?
We've been calling it a mission. Just call it a mission.
Okay, great. It's a mission.
Mini-mission.
Mini-mission. So we talked about the works of mercy, right? To shelter the homeless, feed the hungry, visit the sick and in prison, the corporal works of mercy, corpus, the body, right? How do we care for the needs? And so I support Mary's Inn. I support Martha's House of Hope over in the Ames area, Bridgehaven in Cedar Rapids. These are all, and Guiding Star, Waterloo. These are places that all support women after they've given birth. So the church is very, very supportive of after they've been born. So yeah, that's not true that we don't help.
Matthew 25:31 through 46, the verse that you quoted, at the mission, the talk the other day, and that's giving drink to the thirsty and feeding the hungry and clothing the naked, and so often that is just our own kids and the kids in our community, and we have to Jesus calls us to do that. He says those who do that, there'll be sheep on my right, and those that don't will be the goats on my left. And
what's it say to the goats on the left?
I never knew you.
Into the eternal fire you shall go. Whoa.
Yikes.
Yeah. And so I think if I don't have that Down syndrome child, the least I can do is give to the places that help with the resources that they need.
Yeah.
Right. To be aware of them, conscious of them, seek them out, be generous to them. If God blesses us with money, how can we bless the other with the money? So,
still waiting for that blessing.
For the money, just give a little bit. He'll bless you. I remember when Charlotte, she was a CPA and she had her own tax service, and we were really, really poor. This was early on in our years of business, and it was in a time that a lot of our customers would file bankruptcy. It was just a hard time in the farm industry, and so we were struggling financially. And she had a client who, different denomination of faith, who made the same amount of money we made, and they were tithing 10%. I'm like, how can they do that? Like, we're so broke. And she's like, I don't know. She goes, but I feel like we should. I'm like, okay, like, let's go for it. And she did, and it just seemed like the Lord continued to bless us with extra. So we gave more and more and more. And it was amazing how you give out of your, not necessarily your trust that he's going to bless you more, because we didn't.
Yeah.
We had no idea that would work that way. We're just like, if these people can do it, we should be able to do it too. Can we live on less? Yeah, we can, sure. Right? You can eat beans and rice, and that's fine. And that's why Father Andy was so skinny growing up. But yeah,
Maybe go back to that.
There is a popular diet going around. It's called the Bible diet.
Yeah.
And it's just like where people eat like what they ate in the Bible. It's like, I bet they're very nourished.
sure.
So I talked about this in my homily and bulletin this last weekend, 2 weekends ago now. And so thanks for backing me up on that, because I was definitely referencing like you and our family growing up, and how I just kind of saw that work where God continued to provide for us, even though we didn't have a lot. It just seemed like the more generous we were, the more generous God was with us. And I just don't know that people can see that unless they experience it. You know? And so I don't know how to.
Because it's almost like a scary thing. But like, what if, like, it is an act of trust.
It is.
That God will provide.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody in Bellevue and beyond can start tithing 10%.
Yeah, between Bellevue and Clear Lake, I mean, we know what you meant.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like I can say that now and like not have any sort of like especially, I mean, here, I can say that without having any sort of ulterior motive to, you know, because, yeah, there's tons of projects I would have wanted to do here if I'd stayed longer, but I just.
And I think back to like, we did a push like probably a few months ago, just because our parish does have some debt that we wanted to get done. And it was really disappointing. Like that really, when we were talking about like, what can we do to like help alleviate this debt? It's like, well, like if everybody gave $1,000, like we could like punch this out and be done with it. And like help our parish, especially as things were changing. You know, we didn't know the changes then, but you know, if we're really like very like concerned about the future of your parish, like finances are a big thing. So it was like, what could we do? I forget do you remember what the number was? Were we at like, how many thousands were we at? I don't remember.
Well, I know, I can tell you what we're at as of, so coming up, we're going to get, we're going to have a endowment that pays, that we're going to use that, and we're going to get it down to 58,000 on July 1st.
Okay.
So we're pretty close to paying it off.
Right. So like my idea was like, well, if...
Or you talking about where we started at?
I don't remember where we started when we started this push.
Yeah, maybe like 180 or...
But I was like, this is great. Like, we get 100 people to give $1,000. Like, that's $100,000. We're done.
Yeah.
And it, like, I do not make a lot of money. Like, I have a lot of debt, but I still scrounged up enough. Like, I couldn't pay the full $1,000. I paid $676, which was really close. But it was disappointing. Like, it really like hurt that people couldn't find it in their.
And so what I say to
checkbook.
that, their heart is different, and it's not that it's bad. They're saving up for retirement. Mm-hmm. That's what we're taught to do, right?
Yeah.
People don't think about what's my retirement look like in spiritual, through the spiritual lens. Like, I want this church to be here for the next generation. I want to invest. This is an investment. When you give to the church, first of all, you're just giving God back what belongs to God. Mm-hmm. We don't deserve the paycheck. We don't deserve the job we have. So we're just giving back to God what already belonged to him. Mm-hmm. So Old Testament was 10%. New Testament doesn't really talk about it. But to pay for the needs of the church, to provide the services of the church, we have to remember what the church is. The church is a distribution center of grace. Jesus left the church to distribute grace through the sacraments, through the Mass, using the priest, the resources, the teachers. It's a distribution center, and somebody's got to keep those lights on in the distribution center. Like if Amazon's distribution center goes down, it's going to screw the whole world, right? Like, oh my gosh, I won't get any, especially you, right? No. But so what about the church? Giving back to God what belongs to God, what came from God, is the only way you can say, thank you, Lord, for this job, is by giving a portion back to support the needs of the church so it can support the salvation of souls. Yeah. Yeah. So when you break it down, it's like, this is really simple. Mm-hmm. This is really, we need to do it. Yeah. Not out of guilt. Yeah. Not out of, just because we want this church to be here for the next generation. Mm-hmm. We're out here building highways for the next generation and buildings and how about taking care of the church? So you're absolutely right. And you get discouraged. I understand that because you're seeing people my age that aren't giving. Put the blinders on. Because at the end of the day, just put the blinders on. Don't look at what they're not doing. Their understanding is different. And right now it's not on their heart. Yeah. But hopefully their heart will change. Like they're going to die with a big checkbook and a lot of money. And Scripture speaks to that very well. It says, it's about the man that built bigger barns to store his grain, and then you fool, this very night, your life will be demanded of you. And all you did is stored up a bunch of grain. You didn't share the grain with the hungry. We've got all this money we've stored up, and we're not sharing it. It's like, so
There's still time.
There's always time.
There's
always, yeah.
And in the push, it was like, it doesn't have to be that. Just give what you have.
I even
what you
ask
can
people
spare.
to make one last push before
Yeah.
I go to get that debt paid
Yeah.
off, because that's a
Let's do it for Father Andy, everybody.
yeah.
Well, I'll go a little farther on that. So, I deal a lot with funerals and death and dying and the like, and I ask people to remember who nourished their soul for their whole lifetime, starting at baptism, because I see what they do with the memorial money. They give it to this or that, the last things they've seen, to the Pet Foundation or to whatever. Not picking on Carl, but like the church, you say you want to go to heaven. You've been baptized in the church. You've demanded everything of the church as you've went through it. You're demanding of what you expect the church to give you. Do you remember that at the end of your life in your will? Like, have you left the church a substantial gift that's going to help? Because most of these folks, their children are not practicing anymore. They inherit the money. They give the church $100 for the funeral and see you later. And then they come and they complain to me that the cemetery isn't mowed properly. I'm like, oh, don't even talk to me.
Yeah.
You can give anything to the church. You can give anything to the cemetery.
Yeah.
And you're complaining. It's like, let's think about it. I just want to open. I'm sorry. I'm using your podcast to open people's eyes.
No, I
hope their
what it's
ears are
for.
open right now. Yeah, like I know who you've seen at the end of your life in the last 2 weeks. They made you comfortable. Nice. Don't leave them all the memorial money. Remember the church. Remember the body of Christ. You called on the priest to give your mom, dad, spouse, whatever, last rites. You called on them to give them the anointing of the sick, the final apostolic blessing, pardon. It's like, remember your church when you're divvying out the finances at the end. Please be generous with that, right?
Yeah.
So, there.
There. That's that on that.
I'm done with that.
Spicy episode.
Yeah. Well, we haven't even got to gossip
Oh,
yet.
let's go. Do we have time?
So this is a hard turn to something that I want to talk about for so long is gossip and why it feels so good to talk about people. And yeah, like, what is that? And like, what's the difference between sharing facts and like gossiping about someone?
One word. Charity. Charity.
Tell us more.
Well, when you talk about somebody, can you do it in charity, or are you tearing them down? Like, what's your motivation? Is it charitable? Are you teaching from a place of charity in your heart, or out of vindictiveness? Right. A lot of times, the people that we dislike the most are the people that are doing the things that we do that we don't. Right. So a lot of times gossip is a way of working out our own personal stuff. So we're talking about them, trying to figure out what they do and why they do it. But we're usually trying to work something out.
In our own hearts.
Yes, in our own
It's
self.
like a mirror.
So if we would start every conversation like, where's the charity in this? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is there any charity within what I'm going to talk about? Because sometimes we're just complaining about somebody. We're just venting about.
Yeah, but and that's something too. Like, sometimes you just do have to do, like, but is venting bad? If it's just like, I just have to tell somebody, like, what happened.
What I try to do, it's difficult sometimes, but like to vent to God first, you know?
Yeah.
To talk to him about it first, rather than trying to tell everybody, because usually that just tears people down when you can talk to God about it, and then it becomes a different sort of conversation.
Yeah.
But
You've told me that before in the confessional.
have I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
That,
Is that
like,
helpful?
it was. Yeah. Like, you're complaining to all these people, but like, you haven't complained to God. So there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ditto.
I
agree.
agree. Like take it to him, let him guide you in what you're going to do with it. Sometimes, Katie, I think what you're saying is sometimes when is it appropriate to share the truth with somebody else about somebody? That's when you need to share the truth at times where it's going to prevent somebody from getting hurt. Right? And there's times that you're finally like, you've not said anything, you want to be quiet, and it's like, I have to say this. Like, I don't need to give details of what's going on, but I need to caution somebody. And then what? They're like, well, what do you know? Like, what's going on with that person? It's like, I can't say. Remember that just because somebody asks us a question does not mean we owe them an answer. Unfortunately, we feel like, I've always said that when somebody calls you on the phone, it doesn't mean you got to answer it, and it doesn't mean you have to give the person that called you an answer on the phone.
Yeah.
But people know how to be intimidating that way. And so we get to thinking, well, they asked me, I got to tell them. No, we don't. We can tell them part of it. They asked. And sometimes we just reserve the right to say, I'm not going to talk about this. That's one thing that my wife was just so beautiful about is she just wouldn't talk about people. She wouldn't talk about me. She'd never tear me down in front of other people or in front of myself. She'd never insult. That's pretty incredible because I see a lot of other spouses do that. Guys will talk about their wives when they're all hanging out together. Wives will talk about their husbands when they're all hanging out together. My wife never did that. She was tight-lipped. And we talk about it later. She'd be like, yeah, I just don't have any interest in getting in those conversations. And so I think it's a skill. I think you have to develop it. How not to talk about somebody in an unkind way.
Yeah. And still working on it.
Yeah, no, gosh. So a prayer that I use once in a while is like, Lord, show me how I can just see that person the way you see that person in charity.
Yeah.
So I actually have to take it to prayer because it's just not easy. So
yeah, I think that answers my big gossip.
Okay.
Unless there's something else anybody wants to say about.
Oh, that's great.
All right, Father. I think we're ready.
Can you relate?
Hey, I think you're getting used to it, Deacon Stan. You didn't even giggle that time.
So I thought of one just a second ago.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so thinking about Mom, she, I see this a lot of families, like people will kind of make fun of they'll make fun of people a lot. And Mom was never one to do that. She would never make fun of people or joke, like joke in this way. She's just so, I don't know, pure, innocent, what the word was necessarily, but now, I have a hard time doing it too. I have a hard time, making fun of people and joking with people, like pushing people. I don't know. I just been thinking about that. Can you relate to that?
Like giving people a hard time?
Yeah. But kind of feeling like I shouldn't give them a hard time. I think that's
because some people take it to heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Like sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't do it. She was so honest about everything. She, how you would just say something just to join in the fun, and then you'd be like, I'm just kidding. She couldn't do that. She couldn't kid. She was like, that's not truth.
Yeah.
So, and me, too much sarcasm, especially around the volleyball girls, and I'd say something and my wife would be there and around the team. The girls are like, is that true? Charlotte, is she telling the truth? And she'd be like, no, Stan, stop that. And then she'd scold me later when we're together. She'd be like, don't do that. Those girls they trust you and they don't know when you're joking or not. It's like, oh, sorry. Because, some of those kids, their parents and their dads are very sarcastic. So they loved the sarcasm.
Yeah.
They loved, but these are high school, right? So they're used to it. And then some of them, they're not. And so, but she felt like, I would deceive them if I would use that.
Yeah.
Very innocent. Sorry, I kind of took it away, but that's a great point. Yeah, you don't do that hardly at all.
Not well.
You do it to entertain me sometimes. It's cute.
So I did start Bible in a Year again, but it's more of an on and off thing. But there is one part of what book is it that talks a lot about like the tabernacle and like how they were going to set it all up? I don't remember. But they say fine twine linen a lot.
Say
And
what?
Fine twined linen. And every time they say that, I feel the need to go, fine twined linen. And in some of them, they say it a lot. Fine twined linen. So now every time you hear fine twined linen,
Never heard
you
it.
can think of me. What?
Never hear that. When would I hear that?
In the Bible.
Bible.
Fine twined linen.
All right.
With that talk of how the Ark of the Covenant is made or something.
Yes.
That's in that same talk.
Yeah.
Because it's talking about how to make the tent, the tent of meetings.
Well, they use fine twined linen.
Yeah, I remember purple cloth and all this cloth, and I'm like, wow. Silk this, silk that.
Yeah, just a weird, fun, quirky thing I do.
Yeah.
So, probably nobody can relate to that.
I mean, I suppose I could relate to other things that when I hear them, I hear it in a voice. It's true. I do. So.
And I don't know why I hear it in like a cowboy voice.
Yeah.
Fine twined linen.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, it had to be a commercial sometime, right?
I don't know.
So there's a commercial like that. That'll probably come to us in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
That sounds like, I don't know what the words are, but it
Not
sounds
fine.
just like you said it.
Probably.
And it's a cowboy.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely.
All comes back to TV.
It'll take a while. Yeah.
Are you counting that one as your can you relate?
I can relate to that. Is that good?
Katie will let you off the hook this time.
I will let you off the
That's
hook.
great.
Yes,
Thank you for that. Very
technically,
generous
it's a
of you.
2-in-1 day except
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
In case anybody forgot.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Well, thank you so much for staying extra long today and gracing me with your presence. Both of you.
You're welcome.
We gotta do this while we can.
We do. And good. This is good.
Yeah.
Good topics, and thank you for hosting. And
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. And as always, we are praying for you.
May God bless you all.
Bye.
bye now.
Bye-bye.